here is the review of Transform Mission Disorder, which is their take on an IDW Wildrider, and also the final component of their Transform Missions Havoc, their IDW Menasor. And yes, we finally have the final component of Transform Missions Havoc, or their Menasor, from the IDW comics. So as you can see, he is, of course, as you can tell, a car. And it does look really nice. He does have some translucent red to break up a lot of this metallic gray on him, and that is on the lights here, the windows, and he does have some of course he does have some silver on the rims of the tires. And he does have, like, yeah, he does have a little bit of black on him. I will have to scooch the camera back and zoom in so y'all can see. He does have some black here, like on the back tail lights here, and also here, and oh, and also on the back spoiler here. And that's, oh, and he also has some black on the front bumper here. And that's, like, about it. Now, mine is, oh, and almost forgot, the side view mirrors are also black. And they're also made out of a soft rubber plastic, so you don't have to worry about these breaking. And what I was about to say is mine is a little bit customized. And that is the side view mirrors here, as you can see, are painted in a silver paint. And these were not, well, when you get this figure, these are not painted in. Just on mine, it is painted in on both sides. And he does roll really well. And the tires are made out of rubber. So that's like about it. And I am going to show y'all the comparisons with his other Stunticons, but that's going to be for robot mode. So to get him in combine mode, well, first off, on the bottom here, this right here is where you would store his gun in here. I do have his gun, but I did attach it here. And when I attached it here, and when I try to remove this, and I was being very careful, I was wiggling it to get it out, but it just like would not come out. Maybe I just had to like wiggle it more to get it out, but it just like would not come out. So I was, well, when it wouldn't come out, I was like, I'm just gonna leave it there, because I don't want to break something. But if his gun here was attached on him in vehicle mode, the way you attach it from this tab is that you would take the gun, fold down the barrel here, and the way this attaches is these holes on both sides here go into this tab here. But I'm just gonna leave it in here. Inside Motor Master's gun here. So to get started, you want to take the front here and untap it from both sides here. And you do want to, well, you do want to bring it up. And this part here, I will have to do this off camera, because this right here is like the most fiddliest one to get it transformed. But when I'm done with this, I'm gonna tell y'all what you're supposed to do with this. So I'm gonna be right back. Oh, okay. I got it. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the bumper here. You're supposed to take the bumper here and you do want to untap it from these two. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you do want to untap it from these two pegs here on the bottom, from the holes from these two here. And then you want to carefully bring it all the way down. And you do want to take these and fold these in, but you do need to make sure that these wheels and these things here are not getting in your way. He does have some like tolerance issues, which could have been better, but just be careful of how you're folding these in so that you don't break anything. And all you have to do is just make sure to get these wheels and these things out of your way so that you can fold these in so they look like this. But once these are folded in and this is all the way down so it looks like that, you can now, and you do want to make sure that these are pointed down so they look like this. Now you want to take the bumper here for the front and straighten it down so it looks like that. And for the front wheels, these are going to tap into, and I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but they are there. These taps here are going to go into the holes from these red things here. And And I know y'all can't see it, but they are there. And finally, you want to take these front headlights here. First, I have to scooch the camera back some. You want to take these front headlights and shift them up so they look like this. And there's the combine mode. That's about it. And this is his lag mode. So now let's get him in robot mode. So to get started, you want to untab the front wheels. And bring this back up and fold. You do want to fold these back out. Well, I'm gonna save this for last. But to move on, you want to take the doors here and you want to untap them and try to get them out of the way. And these do tab into these two red tabs, and this peg here into this hole, and those notches there where these red tabs go into. Now you're gonna, well, for the back wheels, you wanna untap them and fold them down. And underneath you want to fold these down. And then you want to separate the back. And you also want to separate the roof and separate them from these tabs into the notches for the front window here. The front windshield here. Now you're gonna you want to take these here and untap them and fold them up, and these holes is where those tabs go into. Now you want to untap the back pieces here. You want to untab these here from these holes here into these pegs here, so that way you can bring these back. Then you just do the same on the other side. Now, now you want to take the feet here and bring them down and swing them around so they look like this. Now, one of these is a lot easier. Like one side here is a lot easier, but the other side I will have to explain. Okay, this side here is a lot easier, but this side here I will have to explain about this side here. So just swing down the foot. Now you want to take these here and fold these down and straighten these down so they look like this. And for these things, you want to fold in the wheel, and this hole will go into that tab there. And then bring these down, and you do need to make sure that this is behind this piece here, so it looks like that. And for the feet, you want to bring them up, and underneath you want to flip out the heel piece. And you do want to take these and bring these in, and these will tap into these pegs, into these holes, but I'm not gonna do it because getting these untapped is not easy to do. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now for this side here, I'm gonna leave this up here, this piece here, because the reason why I'm leaving this up is because, well, what you're supposed to do with this piece on this side of his leg is you do want to fold it down, but before you do that, this has to go past this piece here. The reason why is because this little tab here, which is right there, gets in the way when you're trying to when you're trying to fold in this piece, because this piece here gets in the way. So I'm just gonna leave this up. And yes, I know it does look weird, because now you got this piece up, except it's supposed to be folded in, but I'm not gonna do that, because trying to get this out is really fiddly, and this is yet another, like, tolerance issue. But moving on, and everything else for the other leg transforms the same way, as you can already tell. So once you got the legs all transformed, you now want to rotate his waist around. Now, you do want to take the front here and the front of the car and rotate it around. But this is, yet again, well, but before you do that, oh, I was checking to see if I can now fold these back out. And I can. And I did it. I'm just seeing what you're supposed to do next. I'm gonna have to figure this out off camera. I'm gonna be right back. Oh, okay. I finally got it to rotate around. So what you're supposed to do is you do want to take his chest here, these two parts here, and slide them out, which will reveal this piece. And then you also want to take this windshield piece and fold it down. And also, when you have these two compressed together, the windshield, the front windshield piece is locked in place, which means you can't fold it down because these two halves of the chest is locking in the front windshield. But if you slide out both halves of his chest, now you can fold down the front windshield, and then you can rotate the front of the vehicle around. I have been practicing transforming this figure, but before I started the review, I was trying to remember what you're supposed to do. But continuing on, for the front, you do want to take the front wheels and fold them in, and these will tap into these tabs here into these notches here. And you do want to fold in these, which will bring down the side view mirrors. And make sure that these are out of the way. And you do want to make sure that the side view mirrors are resting on top of these things here. Oh, and another thing, these holes is where those tabs go into. There we go. And then you can take these two and bring them up just a little bit. And it is a lot easier to like slide these back in so you can fold back the front vehicle. Okay, now for the arms. You want to untap the doors and bring them up, and the way they tap in is these holes here on the top goes into those pegs there, and then you can now flip up the side windows. Then straighten down his elbows and rotate them so they look like this. And for his head, you just want to open up this piece and flip up his head. Close this back up. And you're done. And he looks great in robot mode. And this is going for that more IDW look to him, which I do like. And he does have some blue on his chest and a lot of silver on his chest, along with some red plastic on his arms and a little bit more red here, and of course red for his face. And he does have some yellow on his eyes. And he does have some metallic gray here and here. And all around, he does look really great in robot mode. And for articulation, head is on a ball joint, but it is a bit limited. Well, it can swivel, but having him to look up and down is really limited. arms can rotate all the way around. They can move in and out. And these doors do have a ball joint here and a hinge joint here. Bicep swivel, elbow joint, wrist swivel, hands can open, waist swivel. Oh, I almost forgot to tell y'all. My only problem with him in robot mode is the back piece doesn't tap in anywhere. Just like with dead end and breakdown. And you can move these front skirt pieces up to have his legs move forward, back, in and out. He does have a thigh swivel, single jointed knee, and his feet can move up and down, and they do have a little bit of ankle pivot. And the joint is right here. My only problems with him in the articulation is his feet is a bit limited when you're trying to pivot his feet. And he can hold his gun. In both of his hands if I had it out of Motormaster's gun on the bottom here. And I don't think he comes with a little sprue sheet to help you build the little transparent Optimus Prime. I'm gonna say he doesn't, but I'm not mad about that. So, final thoughts, both his vehicle mode and his robot mode does look great, but my only problems with him is the transformation is a bit fiddly, but also it does have some tolerance issues. But you just have to watch what you're doing so you don't break anything. And another problem that I have with him is the ankle pivot is a bit limited, and also the back piece doesn't tap in anywhere. Just like with breakdown and dead end. So I think that's about it. Now, before we go, let's now do a group shot of all of his Stunicons. So here's Dragstrip, Dead End, Motormaster, Breakdown. Now, this breakdown, I just got a second version of Breakdown here. And this is the one that I finally have the 2 side view mirrors and also the back spoiler. And also, something else I want to tell y'all about Breakdown. When you're separating the back and the roof without the blue spoiler, it's a lot easier. But with the blue spoiler, when you're separating the back and the roof, you do want to be very careful of how you're separating the back spoiler, because this is connected by a hook tab. So be mindful of that. So here we now have the full IDW Stunicons. So now the next review will be taking all 5 of these Stunicons and merging them together to make Menasor. So stay tuned for the next review. And also, I will have a visitor come in with this review. So there you have the review of Transform Missions Disorder, their take on an IDW Wildrider. And if you like this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.